All right, let's roll right into our post-race of today's 35th annual Ollie's Bargain Outlet 200 NASCAR Xfinity Series Dash for Cash race here at Dover International Speedway. And we're pleased to be joined by our second and third place finishers of today's race. Our race runner-up is Darrell Bubba Wallace, and he drove the number 6 LoudMouth Exhaust Ford for Roush Fenway. This is Darrell's career best finish in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Congratulations, Darrell. Our third place finisher, and this ties his career best finish in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the driver of the number 88 Advance Auto Parts Chevrolet for Junior Motorsports, Alex Bowman. We'll start with you first, Darrell. That last restart strategy utilized by your team really paid off, helped you get up front there and contend for the win. Talk about the performance today from the number 6 Ford.
Yeah, that was a good call by Seth. He's known for making some gutsy calls and some good calls, and it worked out in our favor a lot. So it's good to be teamed up with him. We got a lot of chemistry together. So, but man, finishing second after the weekend started, that was not what we had in mind for sure. We just wanted to get out of here with a clean race and not another tore-up race car. And we did that, and we exceeded our expectations. We fired off really well in the heat race. Made some passes, and our balance was a little bit better than everybody else. We just got caught back from track position, and I felt like if we could carry on what we had at the beginning of the heat race into the main, we'd have a really good race, and it worked out. So the credit goes to my guys, obviously, for bringing out a backup car and thrashing on that thing. It's not what we wanted to do, especially with a new sponsor on board for the weekend, LoudMouth Exhaust. Can't thank them enough for coming on our Ford Mustang, and it's just a good day for us. It's good to come out here. It's my favorite track, and to do really well after the season that we've had. We've been working really, really hard and run into some dead end spots, but we keep turning around and searching for more. So we'll learn some more on this next off weekend and go have some fun at home.
Thank you, Darrell. And Alex, certainly a very, very strong race for you. You led a good many laps there. Just talk about your run out there today and how you thought things played out for the 88 Chevrolet.
Yeah, we were a bit off in the heat race, so we kind of made some big changes, and it really paid off in the long run. I think we were definitely the strongest long run car all day. The end of that first run, catching the 20 and driving by him, shows a lot about our race car. Those Gibbs cars have been really, really good all year. So for Dave and the guys to bring a race car that can pass those Gibbs cars is more than pretty much anybody's been able to do this season. So I'm really thankful for that. We definitely didn't have the short run speed, so we lost the lead there after that restart and kind of ran around in second. And at the end, it was like, well, we can finish second or we can try to win the thing. So put on 4 tires and try to win it, and it just wasn't our day. We couldn't get to them, but just really thankful for Advance Auto Parts to be on board. It's been a lot of fun this weekend. I haven't driven a race car in like 7 months, so it is pretty incredible to come here and run as well as we did. It means a lot and really just shows a lot for JRM.
Take questions now for either Alex or Darrell. If you have one, raise your hand. We'll start there, right there with Reed.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. That led right into my question, Alex. How tough is it to take 7 months off, basically, and then get in one of these cars and turn in the kind of performance you did today?
Yeah, I definitely didn't think that was going to be the situation going into this year. Obviously, supposed to have a full-time Cup ride, and then that fell apart. I was really looking forward to that because when you're in the race car every week, I felt like that was just going to add to how well we could run in the Xfinity Series. So for that to fall apart, I was a little worried, just being so rusty. Obviously, you can't just take a car to a racetrack and go test anymore. So I drove a midget at Chili Bowl. So if that counts, it's only been 5 months. But it was definitely, I think it was more mental, really, than actually, like, driving the race car. It was just more me being nervous. I think Friday morning I was probably the most nervous I've been in years as far as getting in a race car. This is one of the toughest places we come. It's kind of like, can I still do this? Am I going to mess up, make stupid mistakes, or do dumb things? And, I felt like we were pretty strong. I felt like I struggled a little bit when we got the race car really close at giving Dave a direction to go. Just I haven't given feedback on a race car in 7 months either. So I didn't really do a very good job of that throughout practice, but I think Dave definitely overcame it and gave me a really good piece for the race.
Other questions, raise your hand. Let's go there to the couple right there, and then we'll go to Chris and then to Lee.
Dustin Albino, Speedway Digest. Alex, you haven't been in a car for so long, like you said. What do you think this proves to the garage?
Hi, I'm Alex Bowman, and I can drive a race car still. I can turn left really well. He doesn't think I can drive a race car because he's laughing at me, but I don't know. Hopefully my phone starts ringing and I get some more races. You know, that's the biggest thing. I've got 9 races this year, and at this point in my career, those 9 races are really going to define where it goes. I've spent full seasons in the Cup Series, spent full seasons in the Xfinity Series, and as far as the Xfinity stuff goes, you know, I did everything but win a race. I sat on poles, we ran up front, just never put a whole race together. And I think with my experience in the Cup Series for the last 2 years, these 9 races, I have to go win some. You know, I have to prove that I should be here, and I think winning means that you can have these days where you lead laps and you run third, but at the end of the day, Erik Jones is in victory lane holding the trophy, and I'm not. So I need to win races, but hopefully this proves to the garage that I'm capable of doing that.
Bob, you have a question, Bob?
Yeah, Bob Harkers, ESPN. Darrell, just talk about what this finish can do for you and your season. You talked a few weeks ago just about how you guys need to get some good finishes.
Yeah, that was big. Obviously, just like backing up what Alex said, you know, we got to win races. You know, he's in a little bit tougher spot than I am, but it's a hell of a job by him. But I got to do the same thing, so we'll be fighting all day over that. But we just gotta continue on. We can use this as motivation. But I said earlier, we're nowhere near close where we need to be. We're way off on speeds and on the handling, and we know that. And we have another off weekend to find some more for our Ford Mustangs, and we just got to keep plugging away. We can't get frustrated and just give up on it. We got to, you know, keep our heads up and work together to get our team better. But it's a really good day for us. I can go to sleep tonight knowing that we gave it our all, you know, especially after the backup car and all that shenanigans, and kind of erase that and until I go in Monday and hear about it all again in the debrief.
Chris Knight?
Bob, stole my question.
Okay.
He's known for that.
Let's come to Lee.
Lee Spencer.
Don't tweet about me, Bob, after that. Sorry.
Bubba, in the offseason there was talk that perhaps you might get a new crew chief, and you know you kind of asked management, let's stay together, and you know your crew chief kind of, let's stay together, let's build on what we had, because you went through a change, I guess it was last season as well. What has it meant to get that consistency and really try to build something for the future?
Yeah, that was big. That was probably the biggest thing I brought to the argument is why have, I don't know, 6 months together and then start over again. You know, we did do the crew chief game for about a week or two. It was, I don't know, I thought my dad was going to come back and crew chief it there for a second. But it's good to stick back with Seth. And we haven't had our best season, and everybody knows it, but these little spurts of good finishes, Daytona, Auto Club, here, hopefully next weekend, we can use that. We know each other. We're working well together. It's just it's more internal than what we got, and we have to really sit down and go through, you know, A through Z and back again to figure out why we're struggling so bad. But this kind of brings the mood up. Like after the start of this weekend, we can at least conversate cordially, I guess, instead of being pissed off at each other for wrecking a car.
Alex, how humbling has this been for you? Because when you're a young kid and you're winning everything at your local track, and then you start winning everything, you know, on tour, and then picking this, and you go up the elevator so fast, and then all of a sudden, you know, one day you wake up and you're watching it on the couch. I mean, what's that been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I was the definition of watching it on the couch this year. I mean, I was literally at my house watching it from the couch most weekends. So it was really eye-opening. Obviously, I didn't see the deal with the 7 car coming. I don't really think anybody did. I mean, I refreshed Twitter and I was jobless. So But that's the way the sport is. It's tough, it's cutthroat, and if you're not winning races, you're not safe by any means. Two things you have to do: have a big sponsor or win races. And I didn't have a big sponsor, and I hadn't won races. So I got to go win races, and I feel like I'll be safe. It's been an interesting 3 months. I've done everything I can to try to stay on top of my game, but obviously I can't go test. So I go to the racetrack here and there, but it's really awkward as a race car driver going to the racetrack and not driving a race car. It's pretty miserable, to be honest with you. So I did it a couple times to start the year off, and then I was like, I got to stay away. I'm going to depress myself. So I watched from the couch and listened on the radio every week, and was in the shop every week and just trying to learn what I can. So yeah, it was really humbling. Situation that is really mentally stressful to be in, but I'm almost thankful for it. I feel like it really pushed me to stay on top of my game and work harder, because I don't have a choice. I mean, it's break out this year or get a real job, and I don't do well with real jobs. I like to sleep in sometimes.
On your couch?
Yeah.
Any other questions for Alex or Darrell? Anything in the press box? Okay, we'll let you two guys go. Congratulations on a very good run today, and listen, good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good one.
Okay, we're going to hear from our race winner, our Dash for Cash winner, Erik Jones. And Erik drives the number 20, Reeser's Fine Foods Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. His 4th career NASCAR Xfinity Series win, his 2nd of 2016, his 2nd Dash for Cash victory of 2016. You've qualified for the chase in about every which way you can. So congratulations on another great effort today. He's joined by his crew chief, Chris Gabehart. Chris, congratulations. Erik, let's hear from you. Certainly no easy task out there today. That 88 car was awfully tough, as were several others. Just talk about how you translated maybe what you learned in the main, or excuse me, in the heat and into the main, and how that maybe helped you get to victory lane.
Yeah, I learned a lot in the heat. I think we both did, Chris and I. And, wasn't sure after the heat what we would be facing kind of for the feature or the main. We had something going on where the car was just pretty rough as rubber built up on the track. So kind of fought through that and really made some good adjustments to, I guess you could say, crutch that a little bit and fix some of the things that were coming along with that. And we weren't great on the long run. We were good enough, but the 88 was definitely a little bit better than us, I'd say, after 35 or 40 laps. But with it coming down to a short run, I knew we were in a really good spot. I just wasn't sure about how many people were going to stay out or pit, and fortunately enough people stayed out on that last caution that just let us have enough of a gap in tires to stay out front and bring home the win.
And Chris, just talk about maybe some of the adjustments you might have made after the heat race to the main, how that maybe translated over, and then also your thoughts about that were going through your mind, obviously, on that last caution, and what went into that.
Well, Dover's so unique, and then it takes a long time in practice for it to really rubber up, and once it does start to rubber up, the characteristics of the track and your car really change a lot. So right towards the end of practice, we had a couple of things creep up that we were a little nervous about, but we were so fast and really happy with the balance of the car, we decided to race something similar, and crept up again in the heat race, and Erik gave some really good feedback and allowed me to really get aggressive with some adjustments after the heat and continue to be aggressive on the one stop we had in the race. And he just does such a great job with feedback and figuring out how to adapt to what he's got. As far as the call there at the end, you watch enough races at Dover, you really got to leave him out right there and let him have the clean air and do what he needs to do. And he kept the tires cleaned up and got a great restart, and that was that.
We'll take questions now for Erik or Chris. If you have one, we'll start right here in the middle with Reed.
Reed Spencer with the NASCAR Wire Service. Erik, you've done so well at this new Dash for Cash format. Is there something about the new format that tends to play to your strengths?
No, I wouldn't say so. I say it's more that the tracks that they're at are tracks that I've had historically good runs at, and it just kind of worked out that way. And the heat race format just gives us a chance to go out and adjust on our stuff, and I don't think that hurts our team at all. I think our ability to adjust and maintain and get better throughout the day and throughout the race is one of the best in the garage, and having that opportunity to do it after the heat race just gives us that little bit of an edge, I think. And like I said again, too, they're all tracks where I've been good at, JGR's been good at, so that's just plays into it as well.
Other questions? Let's go right here to Pat.
Pat DeCola, NASCAR.com. Eric, kind of the obvious question. How'd you spend the last check, and what are your plans for this one?
I'm still waiting to get my cut of the last check, so I haven't spent any of it yet. But I don't know. I forgot again that this was even the Dasher Cash race until after the race, and we were in Victory Lane. And they're like, "Well, you won the Dasher Cash," and I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's right." So I don't know. I guess I'll have to figure that out over the next week or so.
Additional questions for Eric or Chris? Anybody? Nothing upstairs? Well, listen, it looks like you answered everything on the racetrack today. Congratulations, Eric and Chris, and continued best of luck the rest of this season. And appreciate great performance you guys put on here this weekend at Dover.
Thanks.